Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, and it is Tuesday the 23rd of October. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Site to get free of charge as always by the adverts that you see around the screen here. So by you coming back and using the site, visiting the site regularly, watching the videos, telling your friends about it, it's that keeps us completely free of charge. So thank you for doing that. I wanted to kick off today just looking at how accurate the models have been over the last few days. This is the day 6 verification statistics. So this is from the model, from various different models. You can see here the GFS, the ECMWF, the CMC Canadian, coming down here through no gaps and down through onto the UKMO, and verification dates across the bottom here. So you can see this going back for 31 days. So this tells us how accurate the models have been over the preceding 31 days. We've got the black line here is GFS, the red dots you can see through here is ECMWF, and you can see that the correlation number of 0.81 is highest for the ECMWF. Now 1 is a perfect forecast, so the closer you can get to 1, the better the forecast to verify that. So at day 6 ECMWF is showing itself to be the best, with the GFS coming in at second, UKMO is in at third, and you can see how the ECMWF and GFS have tracked quite close over the last few days. Out to 10 days though, things do change quite a bit. You see how much better the ECMWF has been generally predicting 10-day forecasts over the last 30 days, over the last 31 days. But you see how the spike occurred here with the GFS suddenly coming in much better at predicting 10-day forecasts over the Northern Hemisphere in the last couple of days. It's fallen back off again now, so we're back on ECMWF territory. It's just useful for an indication to see how a model is generally performing, and you can see here that the ECMWF generally outperforms all other models when we go into the medium range period. So what does the GFS show? Well, this is the 10-day GFS for the 2nd of November. Of course, we've been talking about this cold snap that's coming up now for several days, and it's still on the cards, and I'll give you more information about that in just a moment. But it's interesting to note when we look at this chart and see how accurate the GFS has been, and then look at this chart to build confidence in what the forecast is going to be like. So this is the forecast for the for Friday the 2nd of November, so this is a week on Friday, and look at this deep low up towards the north. This is a real wintry looking low with the west and northwest winds coming across the country. I think we could find snow across the hills of Scotland, some rain pushing its way eastwards, and some really cold westerly winds coming in across the country. Daytime temperatures 8 or 9 degrees, but with frequent heavy showers. Now, notice that the GFS has lagged behind somewhat generally over the ECMWF, although, as I say, it caught up recently, and this is what the GFS is predicting for the same time. Again, look, this is for the 2nd of November, and I just wanted to compare between the two. There's the ECMWF, there's the GFS. Look, remarkable consistency between the two, bringing low pressure to the north of Scotland, quite a deep area of low pressure. So I think we can build this idea of things becoming more unsettled towards, certainly towards the back end of next week, with this low pressure coming through. And you see here on the temperature prediction chart how temperatures are predicted to fall off. Look, this is from the ensemble model for London, and you see how temperatures fall off, look, over the next few days. So this is, by then, these are maximum temperatures on the 27th, so this is maximum temperatures for Saturday of just 8 or 9 degrees in London. But then look how they recover, but never really get back up to these levels, hanging around the 9 or 10 degrees Celsius mark. And you notice here our rainfall figures are generally quite low, look, through until around the 1st, and then around about Thursday the 1st we see things become more unsettled. That's that area of low pressure coming in. So we've started to build this impression of going more unsettled into the early part of November and staying quite cool. CFS sees it like so. This is the CFS forecast for Birmingham. That's also seeing temperatures dropping off. Look, the red temperatures falling sharply here, so it's picked up on that cold, and it keeps temperatures pretty cold, look, all the way through until around the 10th or the 11th, and then brings us into a milder period before what it's been showing consistently is this cold drop in temperatures around about the 15th or 16th. We need to watch for this, because I think this is the pattern of November. What we're going to go into is the pattern of November, where the winds generally are going to be west to west northwesterly, and we're going to find these going into the north at times, bringing in these cold plunges of air. So we need to watch for this around the middle of the month, going colder once again. So here's how things shape up then as far as the pressure and rainfall chart to go for the next few days. This is the chart for 1 o'clock this afternoon, and it's really just murky across many southern parts of the country at the moment. Best of the sunshine across Scotland and also through Ireland. Now, what's predicted over the next few days is that we still find this ridge of high pressure is going to be across us, but we've got a weak front just edging its way southwards during the course of this evening, bringing some spots of rain to the east, but staying murky across the south with more mist and fog and drizzle to come right the way through Thursday. That easterly wind is picking up though, so I think it will have the effect of just lifting the cloud bases a little bit, so I think we should find it slightly less murky on Wednesday afternoon. I think across Scotland and Northern Ireland it's bright again, but this is a cold front coming into the north, and that cold front heralds the arrival of the colder air. That cold front edging its way southwards as we go in towards Thursday, bringing cooler air with it, although I think across the south still quite misty and murky on Thursday with further cloud. The cold front then edges its way southwestwards, and I think what that means then through Thursday's colder air is going to be coming in, the temperatures falling off quite sharply, and into Friday we'll find conditions brighter across much of the country, best the sunshine out towards the west, although these eastern and southern areas are probably seeing some showers, although the story for Friday is going to be that it's be feeling much cooler. There will be some sunny spells though, as I said, out towards the west through Friday, and then through the weekend on Saturday we see this plunge of rain just coming its way southeastwards through Scotland during Saturday. I think that could take some pretty hefty bursts of rain with it on Saturday, with a low look developing up towards the north through Sunday. Again, this brings rain, some sleet and snow over the high ground of Scotland, pretty cold again, but indications this morning are that temperatures probably not quite so cold through Saturday across many southern parts of the country, but I do think through Sunday, as this cloud and rain arrives and many areas become cloudy and pretty damp and windy, I think it could go cold again across the south, and really feeling cold across Scotland and Ireland with that rain and snow at high levels. That then introduces a northerly flow through Monday. This is some pretty heavy rain across southern parts of England on Monday, and with temperatures at 5 or 6 degrees, it really is going to be feeling really on the cold side through Tuesday. I think that cold weather will again be dominating things, and another area of low pressure look there coming into the north by the time we get in towards Wednesday, so for the end of the month. This is the next one that introduces the cold weather up to the north. Now, what you may have noticed is that actually, apart from that heavier rain through late Monday into Tuesday, many southern areas are generally dry, and I think really for many southern and eastern areas it will be quite a dry period, although dampness in the air. However, I think once this system gets down into the North Sea, we will be finding things turning more unsettled and also cold into that early part of November. So we're certainly on quite a roller coaster of a ride. I think this cold weather coming in at the weekend and not being too bad with those sunny spells around through the weekend, but as I say, rain arriving in the north and then low pressure moving through, so I think this cooler weather is certainly going to be on the cards. But I stress again, this is not winter cold, it's just much colder compared to what we've had recently. So hopefully that's been useful for you. Thanks again for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.